Broadcasting in the city of Philadelphia for YouTube and Rumble. This is WLAW-TV 9, WLAW-TV.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, viewers. I'm the Scowling Wonder Woman, and since it's my turn to do a top 10, I'm not going to do the PSAs or commercials. That's Law Wonder's thing, and only on Rumble. But we are doing a top 10 dumbest criminals ever video since I'm wearing the Law Wonder uniform. Let's take a look into the files of the criminally retarded as we bring you the top 10 dumbest criminals. From social media influencers who robbed banks to carjackers who didn't learn the stick shift, we are going through the minds of the crooks with a low IQ and brains the size of plankton from SpongeBob. And we're starting with number 10, Hannah Sabata. When the Cornerstone Bank in Waco, Nebraska, was robbed of some $6,000 in November of 2012, the bank employees were able to give the police a fairly good description of the teenage girl who pulled off the crime and the car in which she escaped. As it turned out, the investigators didn't really need those descriptions because the thief recorded a YouTube video titled "Chick Bank Robber," boasting of her criminal prowess. Fanning out the cash in front of the camera, 19-year-old Hannah Sabata held up a sign that read, "I just stole a car and robbed a bank. Now I'm rich, I can pay off my college financial aid, and tomorrow I'm going for a shopping spree." Later, she held up another sign which said, "I told my mom today was the best day of my life. She just thinks I met a new boy." Hannah's brief criminal career ended later that week, when police took her into custody. I've heard of the term dumb blonde, but this one really takes the stupid cake. Ms. Sabata was charged with armed robbery, grand theft auto, and is forever put on the world's dumbest criminals for bragging about her crime on YouTube. Going from a bad YouTuber to a bad Facebooker, we're going straight to number 9, Mac Yearwood. A Florida man made it easy for cops to find him after he used his Facebook profile picture to his own wanted poster. Mac Yearwood, who had 2 outstanding warrants out for him, was arrested. Stewart Police Department wrote on Facebook that they found it suspect when he popped up on a simple Facebook search. There, in the album of photos for his profile picture, was his Wanted of the Week, posted from Citrus County Sheriff, posted in March. Police went to his home where they arrested and took him to the police station. However, Yearwood also had an extra surprise in his pocket. While doing a search, officers found a bag of marijuana still in the pocket of his jeans that he asked to put on when he was being taken into custody, according to the police department's Facebook post. Yearwood was also charged with possession of marijuana under 20 grams.
Damn, and he thought he would look cool posting a wanted poster of himself. Turns out he was a fucking fool for his social media stunt.
You're absolutely right, Power Girl. He was a fool. Speaking of foolish criminals, here's one dude who fails to look like a lady at number 8, Dennis Hawkins. Authorities say a Pittsburgh area man robbed a bank wearing a woman's blonde wig, fake breasts under a sweater, and clown pants. Swissvale police say 48-year-old Dennis Hawkins of North Braddock was sitting in a parked car covered in red dye from an exploding packet in a bag of money when he was arrested. Police Chief Greg Geppert says Hawkins robbed the bank at gunpoint, using a toy BB gun he had shoplifted from a store. Geppert says Hawkins then entered a woman's car. She got out, took her keys, and alerted police. Hawkins was found sitting in the car.
Damn, and they say that I look too mannish because I have big muscles to go with my big booty and big boobs until I found that this dude didn't even bother to shave his damn beard. Dumbass clowning fool. Now he's sitting in jail because of his foolish getup.
Right again. He was a clownin' fool. All right, here's a criminally disgusting moron who likes the taste of doorbells. and we're going to tell the story about him lickety-split at number 7. Roberto Daniel Arroyo. Roberto Daniel Arroyo is a 33-year-old man from Salinas, California, who gained notoriety in January 2019 after being caught on a home security camera engaging in bizarre behavior at the residence of Sylvia and Dave Dungan. Arroyo spent approximately 3 hours at the property, during which he repeatedly licked the intercom doorbell, relieved himself in the front yard, and stole an extension cord powering Christmas lights. Police quickly identified him due to the clear footage, and he was subsequently charged with misdemeanor prowling, petty theft, and violating his probation.
Not only was that dude being disgusting, he was a fucking freak being a nasty-ass doorbell licker. I sure as hell don't want him creeping up in my hood, 'cause I will put him down if he were to ever try that here.
Watch what you're saying, Power Girl. We're trying to have this air on YouTube. All right, here is the reason why graffiti is illegal, and writing your name on the wall while committing a crime is just plain dumb at number 6. Peter Addison. Peter Addison is a British burglar who gained notoriety for leaving his full name scrawled on a wall at the scene of a crime. In 2007, Addison and accomplice Mark Ridgway broke into the Talk H campsite for underprivileged children in Adlington, Cheshire, causing £2,175 in damage by smashing crockery and releasing fire extinguishers. Addison wrote, "Peter Addison was here, and the Adlington Massive," on the walls in black marker pen. Police identified him from the writing and arrested him while he was wearing a stolen campsite t-shirt. He received a 1-year conditional discharge and was ordered to pay £750 in compensation.
Even in Britain, the villainous criminals are dumb. In fact, they so dumb, they make Keir Starmer look like the smartest man.
And yet, he's still the most hated Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. This almost makes me glad that I'm a German character, but with a British accent working for an American content creator.
Let's just focus on the dumb crooks and not on dumb politicians. Anyways, I have another criminal who should have learned to drive a stick shift at number 5. Maganga Maganga. Maganga Maganga is featured on this list as a 17-year-old male involved in a high-profile carjacking incident in Omaha, Nebraska, in March 2014. According to police reports, Maganga Maganga attempted to carjack a vehicle armed with a gun, but was thwarted because he could not operate a stick shift. The incident occurred while he was out on bail for previous robbery charges. He was subsequently charged as an adult for the robbery.
Damn, that little fool tried to carjack someone and not realize that the car wasn't an automatic? What a dumb little...
Don't say it, Power Girl. I don't care if your AI voice sounds black. You can't say that word. Regardless of video sharing platforms, I don't want to get in trouble for that word. Granted, the fact that these are real people who committed these crimes were just a bunch of fictional characters trying to educate and entertain the viewers. Anyways, we're going back to Pittsburgh with these two pea-brained felons at number 4. MacArthur Wheeler. MacArthur Wheeler and Clifton Earl Johnson are the perpetrators of the 1995 Greater Pittsburgh bank robberies, a case that famously inspired the psychological concept known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. On January 6, 1995, the two men robbed 2 banks in the Greater Pittsburgh area at gunpoint without wearing masks. Instead, they smeared lemon juice on their faces, mistakenly believing it would render them invisible to security cameras, similar to its use as invisible ink.
Speaking of thinking they was invisible, how is it possible that your plane's invisible? There must be some crazy-ass shit your ladies do on the island.
That's how the original creator developed my character, Power Girl. I don't even fly the damn thing anymore. Anyways, have you ever called up a place asking how much money they have? If you said no, then be glad you're not this loser at number 3. Daniel Glenn. No actual mugshot or picture of that said criminal was found online, so I had to substitute with a picture of Peter Griffin from Family Guy. Anyways, back to the video. Daniel Glenn is a criminal known for the dumb act of calling a convenience store in Windsor, Ontario, in 2008 to ask how much money was in the cash register before robbing it. The clerk alerted the police, who arrested Glenn nearby. He was also a suspect in 2 similar incidents where he made identical calls to ensure the money was ready.
Calling up the 7-Eleven to prepare for a robbery. That's neither cool nor funny. That's stupid. I blame this crime on that carnival clown who's ruining Canada.
I believe this crime took place years before Mark Carney was ever elected Prime Minister of Canada. But yes, that is stupid. Anyways, I'm a big fan of murder mystery novels, but this one got its own author arrested. And this case was from the only based European country of Poland. And we're going to number 2. Christian Bala. Christian Bala, a Polish author, was arrested and convicted for the 2000 murder of Dariusz Janiszewski after detectives recognized details from his 2003 novel Amok that matched the real-life crime. The novel depicted a fictional murder involving a victim bound with a rope looped around their neck and hands, a specific detail that had not been publicized by police. Investigators linked Bala to the crime through anonymous emails sent during the probe, a cell phone registered to him, and evidence that he had planned further murders to inspire a second book. Bala was sentenced to 25 years in prison for leading and planning the killing, though he claimed the book was fiction inspired by press reports and imagination.
Killing someone and writing a book about how they killed someone, that's just plain evil. I wonder how many books he sold.
I wasn't able to find out how many units Bala sold, but I have heard it sold pretty well before he was arrested and convicted of murder. All right, before we get to number 1, I need you to do me a favor and like this video and subscribe to Law Wonder TV on YouTube or follow Lieutenant Law Wonder on Rumble if you haven't already. We really would like to be more than just a gaming channel, but we can't grow without your friendly support. All right, let's go to number 1. You've seen a bunch of crooks who flunked out in the School of Hard Knocks. Now we bring you a pair of fools on the number 1 spot. And they are Matthew Allen McNelly and Joey Lee Miller. Matthew Allen McNelly and Joey Lee Miller are 2 men arrested in Carroll, Iowa, in October 2009 for attempting to burglarize an apartment. To conceal their identities, they drew masks and beards on their faces using permanent black marker instead of wearing actual disguises. Police stopped a vehicle matching the suspect's description and found the men with their faces blackened, leading to their immediate identification. They were charged with attempted second-degree burglary, with McNelly additionally charged with operating a vehicle while intoxicated. Their mugshots went viral, with police and media describing the marker disguise as ineffective and the worst disguise ever.
Yo, what's up with these white boys committing crimes with the worst get-ups? I swear that these fools are starting to make my Aria voice go all ghetto on these.
Anyways, look at the time. We must be getting out of here. Power Girl hasn't eaten breakfast today, so I have to drive her to Snow White's diner to buy her the new filet of Ferdinand fish sandwich. Until next time, I'm Scowling Wonder Woman, and have a nice day.